What is up, everybody? It's a brand new DVD and Fun Bloke video, and this that you're staring at, if you can't already tell, is a 48K Sinclair ZX Spectrum, manufactured in either 1982 or 1983. This one used to be my parents'. Unfortunately, it doesn't work properly anymore. First the keyboard stopped working altogether, and you can't make the argument that it was the motherboard, because the membrane, because from what I understand, the membranes generally, they don't have UV protection on them like modern computers do, and they sell new ones. And so, but we actually replaced it when I first got it, because the first 5 number keys weren't working properly. So yeah, it's been replaced, but unfortunately it just died. And every time I try and plug it in from now on, these black and white bars appear on the screen. And if anybody can tell me what that is, I would love to know, because I don't really have a clue. I think it's either one of the capacitors has gone or one of the memory chips has gone. Maybe when I become a hobbyist I might try and mend it. Anyway, why am I talking about this? Because I have quite a few Spectrum games, some on cassette. Some of them will work, some of them don't, and some of them I haven't tested yet. And before I show you the games, I'll just show you a few other accessories. This is ProTech joystick interface. Not really the best snake, I would have gone for Kempston personally, but it's, if you know your computers, then you know it's not going in. Then you know the Spectrum, like the Commodore machines, doesn't have built-in joystick ports, and the later Spectrum Plus 2s now built-in. Anyway, here's my joystick. It's a Manta Ray joystick. I'm not sure who they are. Not sure what the price is. It just says 75 on the old price sticker from Virgin Megastore, apparently, or just the Virgin store. Anyway, here's the joystick itself. Now, when I got this, I had a fear that it'd be one of those crappy contact joysticks, but no, it is micro switched. If you want to learn more, I'll link a video down in the description, which is definitely worth a watch. Or fire switch, a contact button for whatever reason, and 2 micro switch buttons, which all do the same thing because it only uses 1 stick. And here is the end of it. So there's the standard 9-pin cable, most commonly used on Sega Mega Drive, and also on the old Atari systems, and as well as on a ton of computers. And what's with this grey one, you might be asking? Well, when Alan Sugar acquired the rights to Sinclair research after Clive Sinclair sold it so he can make his car career, which basically didn't go anywhere because the C5, if you remember, that was a massive flop. I don't, because I wasn't born yet. Anyway, if you were born after 1985, don't try and look back to 1985. You will literally see the face of God himself, and he doesn't like that very much. Anyway, basically on the Sinclair models, there was also Sinclair standard, but the cables were rewired differently, and so you had to buy purely Sinclair model joysticks, and no joystick would work. But fortunately, joystick manufacturers started making them with the dual thing. You can see right there, there's the sticker advertising that, and there's the price sticker thingy. Oh, this is made by a company called Logic Free, made in China. Anyway, so let's stop rambling and let's show you all the games I've got. Okay, welcome back. So, here are all the games. I'll tell you which ones haven't been tested and which ones don't work. And if some of them do work, I'll tell you what my opinions are and what my experiences were. Now, one of the games, unfortunately, I can't find at the moment is The Way of the Exploding Fist, which I was trying to get it to work with the joystick, and I think that's what screwed the computer up. But I can't find the game anywhere. I've looked all over my house. I've tipped it upside down and everything. I can't find the flipping thing anywhere. I might have more missing games, but I'll just mention Way of the Exploding Fist. It does work. Anyway, so let's get going. First one we've got here is Star Drifter, Silver Range, £1.99 budget game by Firebird. But wait, this isn't a Spectrum game. This is a BBC Micro / Acorn Electron game. So, of course, it's not going to work because it's a completely different standard, Anyway. Here's the tape. £1.99 sticker right there on the cassette. Is there a copyright down there? Yeah, 1985. And in there it's just crap you don't need to know about. 3D Tunnel by New Generation Software, which, if you watch the Gaming Historian, then that is the dinosaur from the ZX81 game called 3D Monster Maze. This is probably made by the same person. Anyway, 3D Tunnel, I haven't tested this one yet for 60 and 48K. Side, back, and there's the tape. Side 1 and Side 2, I think it's the game copied on both sides. And I don't know if it is a game. Jock and the Time Rings. I think I have tested this one before. There's your little guy who is trying to be probably Sonic the Hedgehog before Sonic the Hedgehog was even invented, if that makes any sense. Jock, which is a stereotypically Scottish name, or is it Dutch name? I'm not sure. And he's wearing a typically Dutch hat, and I'm gonna stop with the racist generations. Anyway, Atlantis Games. This is another budget game. £1.99. Barcode is oddly creased. It's oddly creased at the side. That's a bit stupid, isn't it? Because how the hell are you supposed to scan it? Anyway, there's the tape. Nice blue label. Nothing on the other side. I'm not sure whether it had. I'm not sure whether it was blank on the other side or what. Another game which I haven't tested yet either. Double play adventure, Earthbound and Alter Earth. If you're aware of the Super Nintendo, then you know there already was a game called Earthbound, which actually came out 5 years after this was printed. I think it's a sequel to a game called Mother, which was only sold in Japan. Anyway, that's me blabbering on about gaming. Anyway, there's the tape for Earthbound. I'm not sure what the red sticker is. Some of them have a red sticker on them, some don't. And then Alter Earth. Sorry, I just need to move. Because The Great Detective from CRL. I have not tested this one yet. I think, was CRL a video label, I think? Or am I getting confused with CEL? I'm not sure. Anyway, there's typically some Bonnie and it looks more something out of the Waltons. Or Lars and the Prey, or one of those other crappy shows in the 70s, which my mum watches even though I never got them. Anyway, I don't think I've tested this one yet, so I'm not sure if it works. And now, because the Spectrum doesn't work, I'm not sure whether it will work. So, screw them. Anyway, it's from 1984. There's tape 2. Oddly enough, it has a sticker on there twice. I think it come off. No, there's 2 stickers underneath it. Gridgate by Omega Software. I have not tested this one yet, so I'm not sure what the hell it's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be like a maze simulator or something. Don't know. Anyway, there's tape also by Omega. That is priced $1.99, so it's a budget game. Tank Treks. Oh my god, this game looks fucking terrible. What do you expect? It's a budget game, $1.99 by Mastertronic. I don't know if Fashions have reviewed any Mastertronic games before. Anyway, Spectrum 48K. There's the tape with a nice black label. What the hell? Mugsy by Melbourne House. What the hell is this game? What the hell does that say? Muscle in under action. What? Oh, what the hell? Sorry, it's just, if you see tons of Spectrum games, particularly the budget ones, you know, you're always going to come across these weird oddities. By Melbourne House, of course, who also did Way of Explaining This. That's the tape. This is a boots tape of one day cricket and test match. This is particularly known back in the day where people used to copy the games off their mates on the playground because there was no copy protection for cassette tapes. Anyway, there's tape side A, side B with nothing written on them. That's quite worrying, isn't it? Heathrow Air Traffic Control by Horse and Constellations. How about the hell even I don't know. Anyway, I have never heard of this. I've heard of Heathrow, I think. I think it's like an airport thing. Anyway, it's taken with the very bland label. I haven't tested that one yet either. I think most of the ones in here I haven't tested yet. This one I'm going to have to censor because some perverted artists like put tits on it. Mind Out, Spectrum Games by Quicksilver. Sorry, but this is supposed to be a kids game, right? So why the hell have they put tits on it? And I mean, they're not covered, you know, kind of like the popper tits, you know, there's nipples and everything, but I've had to cover it because I don't particularly want this video being flagged. Anyway, Mind Out. There's tape with the label ripped off, by the way. You can still see a bit of the residue. And rather quite interestingly, this thing right here, which is supposed to go over the keys. So unfortunately it's worn, so you can't see what these are anyway. $1648K Compter Chessfire sound effects stroke 4 reviews plus loads. What the hell? This, I think this was a tape that came with the magazine actually. There's tape side tape 1, side 2. Tape 1, so it's most likely a Magnetic Magazines Limited. If anybody knows what that is, please post in comments. Anyway, there's some crap I don't know about. This one I haven't tested yet either, I don't think. It's hard to say because some of them I forgot about. Anyway, this one, it's weird. Planet of Death with a very sort of Tron looking vibe, I'd say. I'd say it looks close to Tron, if anything else. And another great adventure game for the 48K Spectrum. This one I haven't tested either. Let's take that side A, side B. The inside. Okay. Adventure C, Ship of Doom, made by, what's his face? Auric Computing, licensed by Sinclair. You can see why it's got a similar style. I have no idea. I think if it being adventure, it's probably sort of like one of those text-based adventure type games. Anyway, let's take. Adventure D, Espionage Island, again by Auric Software, with a very, say, sort of Dr. No-ish type vibe, I'd say, if that's the right description. As I said, it's been a while since I've last watched Dr. No. Anyway, probably sort of like some spy game or something. Anyway, let's take so. And then final one in here, which is just a cassette type thing, is Night Strike by Alternative Software. If you watch Ash's Worst Game, Terrible Games You've Probably Never Heard Of series, then you know about the company. Those idiots who bought you BMX Ninja. But hold on, this isn't a Spectrum game. This is an Acorn Electron game. Once again, £1.99. Oh, so it's completely useless, basically. Let's take nothing on the back except £1.99. Okay, so now we move on to most of the games I've tested, which are in this Converse box, and I'm just going to put all the tapes back. Just give me a sec. Did you do anything, Winston? Anyway, so get it back on. Now, this is full of mostly games I've tested and I can give full opinions on. Spectrum and Macmillan, Science Horizon Survival, which I don't think is a game, I think it's like something for schools. Macmillan Education 1984. So this is probably something about education of wildlife. Comes in a nice box, which is definitely worn, but there's the tape, the green leader, and it's got a silver label on it, and there's the instruction manual. I have tried to play this and I've had no idea what the hell you're supposed to do. Tons of tennis opportunities on the staple right there. Anyway, let's continue. Ed the Duck, which anybody's ever heard of the Broom Cupboard. This Ed the Duck was a cat who appeared on the Broom Cupboard. He was one of the many puppets who appeared on the Broom Cupboard. This this one was quite later one actually. I think from like 1990 or 91. Don't know properly. Anyway, comes in a bizarrely big box because I'm assuming this was also released on systems like the what's it called, the Commodore Amiga and Atari ST. So it's probably it's compensated for that. Anyway, here's the tape, which software distribution electronic title, which it doesn't seem to have the flipping title on it, which is always a good thing. You know, in case you use the pissing box, you don't know what the hell it is. I have played this game before. It's definitely shovelware. It's not very good at all, but I suppose it was fun at the time when there's piss all to play, but you know, it hasn't aged well at all. In fact, it's almost impossible. I can't. A game made for 5-year-olds, and I can't. I'm like 17, and I can't even get past the first level. Captain Dynamo, made by our good friends at Cone Masters, who made Dizzy the Egg many years ago. Anyway, similar thing. This is released in this match has a date on it, 1992. So definitely by the end of the Spectrum's life. I think the Spectrum was discontinued by the end of 92. Anyway, here it is. I've tried to play this game before. You start up in a pit and you can't get out. That's it. I don't know what the hell you're supposed to do. It's so frustrating. Anyway, Horizon's software starter pack. This was actually a cassette which was packaged with basically almost every Spectrum, and made by Keys and Software. This was a game. Well, it wasn't a game really. It was kind of like a deck memory type thing. Designed, you know, to help you get used to it. And I played the Breakout clone on it, and it's really quite fun. Really decent Breakout clone. Not as good as the Google Breakout, but you know. What is it we're going? Spectrum Golf, which is one of the weirdest covers I've ever seen in my life. Honestly, God, it's a person made out of Spectrum. This is for 16K models on our software. I have tested this game before. It does work, but I don't know what the hell you're supposed to do. So I'll just leave it. Hungry Horace. This game is very well known. It's probably one of the most popular Spectrum games ever. A half decent rip-off of Pac-Man, I suppose. Yeah, Horace, the weird bulbous blue freak with chest cavities for eyes. Who there were actually 2 sequels made for this. Horace and the Spiders and Horace Goes Skiing. When the Spectrum was working, I really did want to find those on eBay, but with it being dead, that shut down all those opportunities. Anyway, this one. This is a rip-off of Pac-Man. I say it's kind of like a loose rip-off of Pac-Man. You know, in the fact that you can't. The fact that it kind of loops basically, and it's not like Pac-Man. You know, you could just leave at any point. You don't need to collect or pellet things. But this tape, as you can tell, is not an actual official tape, despite the fact that it has an original slip thing with it. This one has in it Hungry Horace, which does work, and Planet of Death, which doesn't work. This tape oddly has crossed out on it 2 pieces of music, if I can make those out. Night Fever and Music Box Dancer. From what I found out, when you get past the you know, the beeping and stuff, you know, for it to load, you can still hear a bit of the music at the end. It's obviously taped over at some point. Sanyo Temo tape. Hypersports. I've tried this. I really wanted to play this game. I tried by Imagine Software. I really wanted to play it. Tried it. Doesn't work. It's never worked. It's just when it's done loading, it just stops. It just freezes. You know, it won't continue. Anyway, it's just a shame really. Imagine Software, which comes in an oddly bigger box. There's the instructions right there. Side. There's that version again. Daley Thompson's Decathlon, an all-time classic in many people's eyes. From this is a reissue from the Hit Squad, which I believe this was originally an Ocean game. This one does work indeed, and I've played a bit of it. It's quite fun. Actually, it's quite fun sports game. There's tape which has the same design as the design where I made the duct tapes, but this time I actually wrote on it D2D, which is because I was too lazy to actually write the whole title. And there's a little sticker right there. 25243. If anybody can tell me what that means, that would be great. Another recorded one right here, made from a full EMI tape, EMI computer cassette. See? And this tape has on it ground attack and push off. Push off doesn't work, unfortunately. Ground attack, it does work. It's an alright space shooter, I suppose. I mean, it's fairly fun. And then this one, which is a game called Time Gate right there, so you can tell by the worn out thing. This one I don't think works anymore. I highly doubt it, because look at the pissing tape, it's completely knackered. Now, anyway, this originally had a label on it, but some bastards ripped it off at some point, and there's screw out on it. Again, it is in mirror. Another Boots tape. Unsuitable Land and Bridge Play. Never heard of them, and I haven't tested this one yet. This one actually has games on it. And then here's the last Boots tape. Beyond Horizons and Jetpack. This one I really wanted to play Jetpack because it was supposed to be a really good game, but it doesn't work anymore. Unfortunately, it doesn't work anymore. It fails to load it properly. It's just worthless. X tape. Spectrum Chess. This is probably like a lunch or something, and I'm no good at tests, so I'm no good at this game. Tape. Planetoids by Planetoids right there. I have played this before, and it is a very good game. Tape. Ruby Runabout with probably one of the strangest covers ever conceived by man. I mean, what the hell? So you get this weird cartoon jewel with blue shoes and white gloves being chased by weird burglar man, policeman and pissed off dog down the yellow brick road from the Wizard of Oz, and a cat's there as well. Scorpio software. What the flipping hammers? God damn it, I really wanted to play this game, but unfortunately it doesn't work. Anyway. And it's bizarrely off printed. It looks like it's trying to be 3D or something. Anyway, there's tape which is slightly less interesting. This game, I tried to play it, and every time it finished loading, it keeps resetting the computer. So it's completely worthless, and it's a shame, really, because the cover is just so. Because the cover is such a work of art in its own right. Pity. Hercules, the Powerhouse. This one is not a Spectrum tape. It's a BBC microelectronic tape again, so I can't use it. Oh well, there's the tape. Apparently this contains free audio track by Hex, so that's interesting. Commando, which is not a film tie-in, there is a film called Commando which came out in the 80s with Arnold Schwarzenegger in it, which actually came out in 85, the same year this was printed, but this has got nothing to do with the film. There's tape. This game doesn't work anymore, unfortunately. It comes up with a loading error. So, bizarrely in the instructions it says Space Invasion, and it's got the same artwork, Space Invasion. What the hell? So that's probably like an early version of the name. Another copy of chess. Subterranean staker with probably which is a work on its own right. I don't know if I've tried this one yet, but anyway, that's the tape. And the final one is Silversoft game, arcade action Starship Enterprise. Bizarrely, they don't mention anywhere about this being related to Star Trek in any way, despite the fact that the Enterprise is based blatantly from Star Trek. I think it's just to avoid copyright issues. Anyway, this apparently costs from Woolworth, from W.H. Smith's, £15, 1995. I don't know if I've tested this one yet. Let's take. This is from 1983. And there's just some instructions, which is apparently called Operations Manual. So that's it. That's my entire Spectrum collection. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it interesting, and I'll see you next time. This is just a quick update. Obviously, the video was done a while ago. Well, it was recorded a while ago, but this is a re-upload because I managed to find where the Exploding Fist set game, another Melbourne House game from I'd say 85, 84 maybe. Battle fighting moves. It does work. I tried to play a bit of it, and from what I managed to do, it's pretty good from what I remember. Anyway, tape 1985, yeah. Okay, so this is the proper into the video now.